Well, the weather here in the UK has perked up a bit. It's been so rainy over the peak of summer, but just as we're entering September it's gone up to 30 degrees. A bit hot for me, but I'm sure some of you in hotter climates will tell me I'm a wimp. If it's cold you can put on layers. You can only take so many off before you get mistaken for Bigfoot. But here I am. Found a lovely spot here which is levelish, just under this sycamore tree here, which is lovely. A little bit of shade, and I've got some stuff to try out. We'll go into that in a minute. It's something I've been meaning to do for a while. But yeah, I'm just going to have a drink of water and get the feeling for the location. Right, so what I've got with me today is a bunch of camping gear from Wish.com. Not sponsored or anything, just bought with my own money. Every year I see the camping gear come out in shops and stuff, and most of it's been done before, and I always consider it for years and years now, and I've never done it. So I thought I'd try and do a full setup on Wish.com, which is, you know, harder than it seems really. There's a lot of stuff they don't have. But I've got the main items, including this tent, which is it's like an umbrella kind of erection. Got a sleeping bag, a mat, a stove, which I'll probably use in the morning, not tonight, we'll see. And yeah, just a few bits and bobs. So I've not used any of this. I've not even taken any of it out of its bags or stuff sacks, so this is all going to be new to me. This seems quite small to me. I'm not expecting it to be waterproof, but we've got good weather, so it's the right day to do it. So I'm going to get this out and see how easy it goes up. Well, we do have instructions. Looks pretty simple, and what looks like a rain fly for at least part of the tent, probably the peak I'm guessing, and some of the worst looking tent pegs I've ever seen. So there it is, it really was that simple. Was a bit worried about these, but it all spread out quite well and seems to have locked in place. Just to peg it out really, which should spread it a little bit wider. You sleep lengthwise, and yeah, so far so good. This is kind of an outer on the pegs. This is kind of like an inner outer. And then you're going to have that fly, I assume, will go on top. Just going to assume that goes on top and hooks onto these points. They're not like a perfect fit for it, but I guess this is the material they have around anyway, so they've just used it to keep costs down. Have this the right way around, it's kind of foily on the inside. So here's my pegs, they're about 3mm diameter I think. There's spare ones for the guys as well, another 4 I think, or they're spare because they know you're going to bend these. So this tent is called a Btstang family outdoor camping tent. Don't know about family, depends how big your family is. £66.90 plus £10 shipping. To be honest, it doesn't seem too bad so far. I mean, you can see the areas they've cheaped out. These straps, these elastic straps are very thin. They've got single zips on all the doors. But there is mesh, there is lots of ventilation in here, there's pockets. I guess the waterproofness is one thing, but it seems to be thicker on the ground sheet area. Definitely interesting. It's a shame it's not going to rain really. It would be good to sort of try it out and have a bit of drama, but maybe another time. Probably won't happen. What else we got here? Ah, the mat. Well, here's the mat. The packed size is not bad actually, must be honest. Let's take a look. Oh, repair kit instructions. Well, I've found a fitting that seems to work quite well. Obviously there's no inflator bag or anything with this, so I'm just going to use my flex tail gear one. Well, it fits in here, pretty much meets end to end, so that's good. I'm seeing a lot of mozzies around already, so I think I need to put some bug spray on. Right, so the inflatable camping pad was £17.60 with £1 shipping. That's not bad. And this is my sleeping bag. I don't think there was much information about it. Sleeping bag with hoods for adults. £18.84, £6 shipping. So none of this stuff is especially cheap. You can get brands for this sort of price. I mean, with the sleeping bag you're going to get maybe Mountain Warehouse or something, but did me perfectly good. Even one of the Ozark ones, which is Asda or Walmart. But let's take a look. It's green. If you like your army gear. Feels okay. It's not going to get cold tonight. Well, it shouldn't do anyway. But it looks fine. Got a side zip. Yeah. It's a sleeping bag. Got a hangy hook for our lantern. So another thing I got was a water bottle. Now, these Chinese websites, they have a habit of doing this. They'll show the image of something and you have to select the size. So even for the small one, they'll show the image of the big one. I got duped, I know the trick, but it's quite funny. I've got no water in it, but I brought it to show you. It also comes with fish mouth spreader, which if you unhook, allows you to put inside and hang over a fire or whatnot. I've never really liked that because you're using all of your water to boil then. I mean, it's going to work in some instances, but not in your general camping. Yeah, so other than that, it's a nice looking water bottle, but I think I might use it for milk in the future, for putting in a cool box or whatever in the truck. But yeah, £6, pound postage. Brought my Van Gogh pillow for a bit of comfort. Not sure how that's going to work out with the built-in pillow in the mat. We'll see. It's a pretty quick setup time actually. Quite impressed with the tent, to be honest. I mean, it's got 2 layers, so it's got double chance of actually being waterproof. This bit does overhang the vented areas. But yeah, for a festival tent or something, can't go wrong. It's just a little bit cheaper, because you can get ones from more known brands that are more guaranteed to be waterproof. In the back here is the stove, flat pack, but we'll save that for the morning I think, and just have a campfire tonight. We'll go over the details of that later, providing I remember. All I can taste now is that bug spray. Look. Here's another bit of cost cutting, no toggle here, just to tie the door down. You just have to do a knot. I'm guessing this is more to stop water pooling on top than it is covering vents or anything like that. I've actually got 2 lanterns with me today, so I'm just going to make up some stands for them. I think all in all this gear was about £120. I think that's with postage. I'll have to tally it up. But not too bad for a complete setup, to be honest. I mean, if you shop around, you'll probably do better with some named gear, to be honest, especially if you get some second-hand stuff. But it's a bit of fun, see what's what. And it was an interesting tent as well. The only one with like an umbrella design, like pop-up, that I've used before is the RBM one, Russian Bear Market. I'm gonna make a couple of stands for these lanterns and then collect some firewood. just some hazel wire sticks so I can cut them down. They'd be great for the lanterns. Nearly forgot my chair because it was with my camera gear. Some of you would have seen this on the last video, and it's just a new lightweight camping chair. Bit of a different way of thinking about it to the other ones I've used in the past. And the good thing about this is that it's height adjustable, so you can get a little more height than out of them normal ones that are 10 a penny. Well, it's up and it's comfy, but I do need to get firewood. I'm not in a huge rush actually, got out quite early today so I can enjoy the woodland. I've already had a bit of a walk, and I brought my trail camera again because this is the same woodland I've tried to catch the badgers a couple of times. Got them the first time, not the second time, and I left it out a couple of weeks. Got rabbits and squirrels and stuff because I'd left some M&Ms that I cracked open, peanut ones. So I've brought a small bag of peanuts with me today. I'm going to try a slightly different place where I know there's some badger sets, and maybe we'll get something. We shall see. Lovely bit of oak here, come off this big old oak tree behind me, and because the weather, it seems pretty dry, be solid inside regardless. So yeah, didn't even have to cut anything for that, just cut it at camp. Nice bit I used, I think the time before last I was down here. Too hot for soaring. I've done quite a bit of ash. I've got that big bit of oak, still need to cut that down. And I'll find some bigger bits hopefully, get a couple of them to chop up. But I may have a brew first, and I may have to use that stove. This is the stove I bought. Bit of an early sneak peek here. So it's the slot together. And then this one slots right through. There we go. And there's just a grill to shove on top. I'm going to use a Trangia with it. I had to put a bit of wood in the bottom just to make it flat. So good. Sit down with a brew. This will cool me down. So just a bit more firewood, stick out the trail camera, and yeah, get cooking. Dinner's going to take an hour or two. I'm not too sure, to be honest, but it's something I wanted to do for a while on the channel. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, quite looking forward to it. This seems to be a pretty active badger set. I've not set up the trap on this one before, so I'm going to do that now. It's amazing just how much chalk and flint they can pull out with them claws. I couldn't do that. So I'm just going to put it here. Some birch bark and some twiggies, get that fire going. I even found a nice bit of oak on the way back from setting the trail camera up as well, which is handy. I think I should have plenty of wood now. There's loads on the ground anyway if I need to. Just put it on whole. Just need to clear a little patch for the fire and get going. It's warm. I was going to use a ferro rod with some of this birch bark I found, but don't seem to have one on me. I found that I've got these survival matches from a ration pack, I believe from a Russian one or something. So may as well give them a go. They've been in the pack for probably a couple of years. Oh, that one snapped. Need a surface. Seems to be doing the job. It's the fire going, nice and easy. Love a summer fire. Cleared the ground around it. I didn't dig down though, didn't want to dig into any roots or anything, so just leave it on the surface and clear it up afterwards. I think it's starting to cool a little bit as the sun's going down, but now I've got the fire going I can't really tell. Yeah, my meat in the pack is still defrosting, so not quite ready to prep it to go on. But yeah, you'll see what it is soon, and it's going to be good. Right, to begin, I'm just going to process some herbs. Got some thyme here, which I'm just going to pull off the stalks there. And some rosemary and some sage leaves. So I'm just going to cut them down into little bits. Them as well. Already. Then we've got a clove of garlic. I've got another, well, I've got a whole bulb of garlic if I need it. So I just cut that up little. And then move on to the main event. And here is that main event, piece of pork belly. So what I'm going to do is spread this inside, about the right amount I'd say, and we're making porchetta, in case you hadn't realised. Got a few crushed chilies in there, a couple of fennel seeds, I'm just putting them in whole, not doing many. And I've got some of Ben's Kitchen's salt and pepper mix. Met him at the Kent show recently and he gave me a couple of bits. So I'll stick that in. Very nice. And then I need to roll it. Now I'm not very good and I prepped this myself, so we shall see how it goes. Now this side has a bit of the skin left off, and we should be able to roll it. And then, should have put the string under it. I'll try the middle one first, although I think it will go wherever it's going. May have to do an edit here. Well, I think that's as good as I'm going to get it. I've got a bit exposed without the skin on, but it's just going to have to do. And how am I going to cook this? Well, I've got the TJM Metalworks spit, which is a beautiful thing. Let's get this piece of pork on the spit. That's the porchetta on. I'm going to do some fried potatoes with it, but I'll do that a bit later on. There's no rush there. Don't know how long it will take. It'll take as long as it takes. Birds are roosting. It'll soon be my favourite time, twilight. Pork is going along. I'm not rushing it. I don't want to just burn the skin. Maybe put a little oil on it. We shall see. But yeah, it takes as long as it takes. I visited Hever Castle the other day and found a couple of these Westerham beers, Viceroy, English IPA. So they're what I'm having tonight. Cheers everyone. Got my head torch mark. Pork's well on its way. It's taking a little longer than expected. I've parboiled my potatoes already, ready to fry up, but I won't do them till it's a little bit closer. Second Westerham Spirit of Kent this time with the Spitfire on it. I was saving it for with the food, but I don't think it's going to last that long. It's nice and peaceful though. I'm quite looking forward to getting in this tent. I must admit, I'm more used to a thicker mat to sleep on these days as I get older. So be interesting to go on one that sort of size, that style again after probably a couple of years really. I mean, I have slept on natural beds and pretty much on the floor a couple of times since, so it's not that outrageous. Right, nearly there, so it's time for the spuds. Right, it's time to slice this up. I'm hoping it's okay. I'm not going to bother taking the twine off. It's crispy. Turn it and get a slice like that. Should have got me a bushcraft knife out. Ooh. Yep, that's looking pretty good to me. Come on, crackling. Right, let's start it from this end because that's where the skin isn't. Ooh. potatoes are just finishing off. Get these potatoes out. Oh, they smell so good. Okay, let's try a bit of this while the camera's on it. This bit's still got a bit of string. Oh wow, that's good. Well, there it is. Can feel that chili flakes in it. That is so flavourful. Mmm. That crispy skin is lovely. Mmm. I'm happy. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I don't know what the time is now, but I'm starving. Every last morsel was delicious. Suppose I should stoke her up a bit. Hot chocolate time. Keep skipping it lately, but forcing myself today. Well, not forcing myself, but you know. Oh, that's nice, sweet hit. Oh, fire's just burning down a bit now. I'll watch that burn down and then I'll retreat into my Wish.com sleeping bag or my Wish.com mat in my Wish.com tent. Shouldn't be too bad, especially with no rain. It would have been good to have some rain, but never mind. I'm not perfectly flat here, so I may have to put some of my stuff sacks under one end of the mat. The old trick that I use quite often, but this whole kind of woodland is very up and down. But I'll finish this first. Nice dessert to my lovely dinner. Well, it's raining. We didn't expect that. It's real misty. Love it. There's not too much of it getting through. A little bit is. Yeah. Slept quite well. It was about 6 hours in the tent really, 6.5 hours. Thought I'd be getting a bit of a sunrise, but I'm not. Woke up pretty early, 4-ish or something, and heard this rain, but my half asleep brain thought it was a herd of deer. It sounded like it's coming from one end of the woodland to over here, and it sounded like all the footsteps, but yeah, clearly it was rain. So I got up and I brought my bag into the tent. Then I realised my bag was absolutely covered, like the chair just now, of cheesy bugs. That's woodlouse. I believe everyone has a local term for woodlouse. And yeah, so they're all in the tent, so I spent 10 minutes like picking them up, where they go into little balls and throwing them out. Yeah. Right, let me find my bearings and we'll talk about the tent. Really is quite beautiful. You can even see the sun poking through the edge of the woodland at the top there, trying its hardest anyway. Can't believe it rained after the weather. It's been this summer though, isn't it? I'm a little more awake now, brushed my teeth. Yeah, so tent did absolutely fine. I mean, it's not much of a rain test, not too much is getting through the canopy up there, but no condensation. Yeah, kept out the bugs, did good. The mat is serviceable. My hip doesn't hurt or anything, which is usually what happens when you have hot spots on these thinner mats, but it worked. I don't know if the whole built-in pillow thing is for me, but you know. Sleeping bag, probably wouldn't use it outside of spring summer. Starting to feel the rain now. Zips a bit, not fantastic, but you know, if you don't camp much and you want a summer sleeping bag, it's fine. So yeah, no big dramas, everything kind of worked pretty well. I'll leave it set up while it's still raining, see how long this lasts. And I guess then I'll get some breakfast on. Thinking about this bleeding stove, it's hard to keep fire going in a stove like that, of that sort of design. Maybe I could just use my Trangia in it again. Before I light my stove, I'm just going to crush up some beans, and that's because I'm making cheesy bean tacos for breakfast. A little bit more, can't hurt. And I'm just going to crush these up a bit with the back of the fork before frying them off and adding the cheese in. And I've got some nice spice to go in there as well that I mixed up before leaving. Put something in as a bit of a base, if that's possible. And a fire lighter, which has just gone out. And somehow try and build this up. See, everything just lands in the middle because it's a triangle. Let that take for a sec. I don't like this shape of stove and fire pit. Oh, come on. Come on. keeps tinging where the metal is warping with the heat. Got a bit of airflow now, but how are you supposed to feed this thing once the grill is on? I don't like it. I think for airflow I'm going to try and do this and just put my pan on them for now. And go in with my beans. Some of my spice. Add in some cheese. Get that all melted together. Right, now I have to take my tortillas, get some filling in them. Fold them over, and then the next. Heat up a little oil in the pan. How many can I fit? 3 at a time. I've got 6, so that's good. Looking forward to this. This is one of my favourite snacks to do at home. You can make these, freeze them, either microwave them or just pan fry them for a couple of minutes, and just such a quick and easy thing to do, and tasty too. So I'm going to go for one which didn't just come out. Oh yeah. It's got a paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, little cumin, little chili pepper. I think that's about, oh, salt and pepper. That's about all I put in this one. Stove's burning okay now, nothing on top. A few coals in there. I'll have to feed it because I'll have to do a cuppa after this. Three was enough. I'll have to save these for the journey home. Nice cup of tea. Just sitting down for a minute before I pack away. Quite curious to see how this tent's going to go down, if it will pack away okay, or if anything's going to break, because you have to bend some of them poles back on themselves. We'll see. But yeah, everything kind of worked out well, didn't it? It's a beautiful morning. Still getting dripped on, but it's not too bad at all, really. Interestingly, this mat actually has a foot pump on it. I thought it was just another valve at the other end when I was setting it up, so that's quite a cool thing, I guess. And it's got like poppers along the side, I'm guessing, so you can put more of one of them and they don't kind of shift around, and you can stay like sleeping together. more than I expected. Prefer it as a little thicker. Okay, so far so good, I think. That wasn't too bad actually. That's me all done, packed away. Make my way back. I've only got one of my tacos left. I won't link any of the stuff below. You can find that stuff. There's a load of the same junk on there if you really wanted to look. But until next time, see you later.